Hello, I would like to show you my newest Lego creation, the Lego Christmas car. Now, the one thing you've obviously noticed about this from my instruction video, if you've already seen it, the top part of the car is actually the wrong colour. That's because while I was making the model, these were all the pieces I could find for a bit of a compromise. As you can see by the yellow top, on the instruction video it was green, and the snowflake here is purple. On the instruction video it's actually yellow. The one obvious thing you will notice about this car is that it was actually based off a 4x7 car base which has appeared in lots of Lego sets in the past. And here's a bit of a side-by-side comparison between this and a normal 4x7 base. You will notice this base has no wheels. I didn't cut them off, I built the base myself. But as you know about the 4x7 base, it has appeared in lots and lots of Lego sets in the past, especially the classic 90s Lego system. And I have a car here for that example. This is one of the classic cars from the Lego system set as far as I can remember. You can tell it's based clearly off a 4x7 car base, as you can see here. Another example for a 4x7 car base is this yellow number 2 car from the Lego Racers board game. That's all I pretty much want to show for the 4x7 base, but the one thing in case you didn't know about this Christmas car is the skis are actually held down by 4 1x1 yellow rounded studs, as you can see here. The reason for this is not only to give the vehicle a bit of a height, but the skis are fully adjustable so you can put them in any angle you want. And since they run at 360 degrees, the possibilities are endless. The main colour theme I went for on the car was red, white and green, as you can see, since they're pretty much main colours relating to Christmas. And if you might have noticed on the video, if you look closely here, I actually used a turntable. And here's an example why. This is how the Lego model would have looked if I used a plain brick. But as you can see on the back, a minifig does not fit in. That's why I put this on, so you can turn it at an angle so the minifig will fit nice and snug inside. And also one thing, this tree is actually a removable prop, so you can remove it and have it as a separate prop if you wish. Like so. Now, the one thing you might have already noticed is, I actually used a plate 2x2 on the bottom instead of a brick 2x2. The reason for this was because when I was actually building the model, the plate pieces actually came off a lot more easily, but the main bricks itself aren't that easy to remove. Here's a bit of an example what you can do with this as a separate prop. If you like, you can set it up as a Christmas display like so. Another thing I'd like to show you is another version I made of this. It's sort of like an old version, so it doesn't look so good. And here it is. You could say this is more of a prototype. Originally, I had a Santa sack here at the back for the Santa Claus character, but it didn't really work so well. Also, if you might have noticed by these here, I included some plates here so that so it looks like they're actually built into the axle as if the wheels were actually taken off themselves. Now this one is solid, as you can see, because I can't quite move it, but this one moves freely. But as you saw by there, because I had to do that, it means the model is a lot more fragile and it falls apart. So on my old version, just to recap, I did want to include these in the middle of the wheel arches, but as you saw, the model can easily fall apart. Now there's a bit of another add-on I did make for the car, if you want to make it as well. So as you know by these skis here, I've actually created some alternative skis if you want to try those. But you can use any ski type you want. I just made those as a bit of an example. But here's what they look like when I put them on the car itself. So that's sort of like an alternative idea of what it would look like if it had sort of like sledge looking skis. Just bear with me a minute. Now let's have a look at a bit of a comparison with it. As you can see by the main cockpit of the car, you notice it's got the windscreen here, the steering wheel on the underneath, a couple of slopes here, and a handlebar. If you're a LEGO Racers fan, you will know that has a strong resemblance to Veronica Voltage's car. As you can see, the steering wheels, the windscreen, the slopes, and the handlebar piece are all in the same place. Only difference is the ridiness is slightly higher. The one thing you would have already noticed on this car is it's got a green pattern all around the front. Shall I say all around the whole car itself. That's to give it that more festive look. And the white part here is to imitate the snow or ice on the vehicle and also to give it a more festive look. I did want to go for red doors, but I figured white would look better. Apart from actually changing it to the skis I showed you earlier, you can also convert it to a car. That's what this is for. So if you want to switch it to a car, you can do this is how you actually do it. Bear with me because it's a bit fiddly and tricky. I couldn't find any 1x3 green plates, so I had to compromise with a 1x1 and a 1x2. So that's what the ski base looks like when you take all the bricks off. And then with the remaining pieces, you put them on like so. And there you go, your ski car can now become a normal car like so. But of course, that's an alternative solution if that's the way you want to do it. This isn't exactly the most friendly base to take the bricks off, but it was all I could think of. So that's pretty much it. Just bear with me a minute. You can skip ahead if you want. Just putting the car back together because there's something else I want to show you that I forgot. There's one major difference I forgot to point out between an old version of this car I made. As you can see here, I've actually put on two 1x2 slopes. I didn't have a 2x2 slope like on the instructions, so I went for that. I picked that so it makes the front part here more sturdy. But if you look at the old one I made, I included a 2x2 tile brick and a 1x2 here. Only problem is, not only does it make it look more old school, but it doesn't really attach too well. And what better way to finish off your car than with an official LEGO Santa Claus minifig? And there we go. That's my LEGO Christmas sledge car extras covered. I will now attach an image right here so you can click on it and go to the video of how to make it. Or if you're on a mobile device, you can just touch it. That's all for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Probably a PlayStation 4 recording of the crew later on. But apart from that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope you have fun building this car. Bye!